In my whole teaching career, I've been basically in schools that are classified as low socioeconomic. Within these schools, there's been a high proportion of Indigenous students. I've never worked in a school with 100% Indigenous students, always in schools with a mix. Aboriginal outcomes in the original schools I worked with in my early career were really poor. Everyone thought there were better ways for Aboriginal children to be taught, not the same way as all children. I disagree with that. I think we need to focus on the needs of every child we teach and meet those needs by linking community, schools and educational pursuits to the betterment of every child. Indigenous kids have exactly the same potential as every child. Indigenous parents have exactly the same wishes for their children to be literate and numerate and happy, and schools believe that every child, regardless of their race, has the capacity to learn.
It is an island situated in the Pacific Ocean in the Southern Hemisphere.
Relationships is critical in principalship. Relationships with your children, relationship with your staff, relationship with other principals, and also the relationship that I've found really motivating is the relationship with the Stronger Smarter team. That's developed my principalship in the last 4 years down a research-based level, and something that's given me insight into other types of thinking. I challenge my teachers all the time. It can be a bit confronting, I can. But if you're going to come to me with a problem about Johnny, I want you to come and say, we've got this problem and this is a solution, maybe might work. Not, here's Johnny, you fix him.
How did you get staff to buy into that?
Pedagogy, but also the relationships, talking about curriculum, talking about pedagogy. What can I do next to teach that kid? And I challenged every one of my teachers to find 20 things out about every kid. I'm very passionate about my staff. Through the learning communities, I really started with my school. And in my own school, we now have 11 Stronger Smarter leadership trained people, and we eat and breathe the philosophy of Stronger Smarter. We've modelled to people who've said, hey, how can we be involved? We've developed our learning community.
We're going to stand up, we're going to be strong, and you're going to be like a lion. Be tall, be strong in here. Sit down. I don't reckon anything's going to stop these guys. Do you reckon anything's going to get in your way today? I don't reckon either. What about you? Sit down.
I see building critical mass as the only way that we're going to make a difference for Indigenous education in Australia. Critical mass of passionate people that really believe that Indigenous children can learn. A critical mass of people that are prepared to stand up and say, I don't like the way you're doing that, we need to do it this way. A critical mass of people that are prepared to put in the hard yards, work together and learn from each other. The learning communities for me have added to my professional career. They've added a dimension that 4 years ago I didn't think would exist. I now connect with principals from all over Australia, young, old, Aboriginal, non-Aboriginal, and I've learnt so much from them. Most of it to do with relationships, most of it to do with the general common solving of problems, that whether you're in a school like mine that is 40% Indigenous, low socioeconomic, whether you're in a small school in Central Western Desert that has 6 children that have never been out of the desert area, we've all got similar desires, but we've all got similar issues in making sure that every Aboriginal kid in Australia gets the education they deserve. I trained in the Stronger Smarter leadership, and we created our own network within that training group. Now most of us, each of us from those trainings, have developed the learning networks within our own communities, and those networks are now networking with the networks that were formed all over the country. Critical mass is important, and I think the only way for that is through learning communities.
Best school in the whole world.
Respect.
Cooperative, responsible and safe. Put in that effort to do their work, and they can be smarter and stronger.
In 2010, we're spreading the learning communities across a couple of other districts within my region, and currently we're running a Stronger, Smarter Leadership course. Even today, people are saying, when are we going to have another? How can we include these people? And it's building those bridges and connecting those connections and moving forward.
We are strong and smart when we work together. Respect, responsible, cooperative and safe.
When the people are holding hands, that means that we combine together.
What makes me a strong principal? I think it's my core that came from my family. It's the experiences I've had. It's the confidence people have developed in me as I've moved forward, and with that core strength of my own, I'm strong and smart, and that's something I want every child that comes through any school I'm in, is to be strong and smart.
We're strong and we're smart and we work together as a team. And we do our best. We try our best.